1. PCB to revamp domestic cricket structure, 12 new teams to compete in Hanif Mohammad Trophy. 2. PCB overhauls domestic cricket, Quaid-e-Azam Trophy reduced to 8 teams, Champions Cup scrapped. 3. Quaid-e-Azam Trophy 2025-26, Pakistan's top domestic cricket tournament. 4. Why PCB scrapped the Champions Cup after just one season. Cricket news update. 1. PCB to revamp domestic cricket structure, 12 new teams to compete in Hanif Mohammad Trophy. The Pakistan Cricket Board, PCB, is on the verge of unveiling a major overhaul of its domestic cricket format, an announcement that could reshape the future of the sport in the country. But here's where it gets controversial. This restructuring may significantly alter how teams qualify and compete, sparking debates among fans and experts alike. Recent discussions within the PCB's Domestic Cricket Revamping Committee have focused intensely on redesigning the upcoming season structure. After thorough deliberations, one of the standout decisions involves setting clear qualification rules for the prestigious Quaid-e-Azam Trophy, which traditionally features the nation's top 6 teams. In a bold move, the PCB plans to introduce a new tournament named the Hanif Mohammad Trophy. This event will showcase 12 additional teams that do not currently compete in the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy. The twist? The 2 best-performing squads from this new competition will earn the right to join the Elite 6 in the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy. This format not only broadens opportunities but also raises questions about competitive balance and the impact on the traditional powerhouses. Adding another layer to these changes, the PCB recently conducted a comprehensive review of domestic team coaches' performances. The results of this evaluation suggest there will be turnover in coaching personnel, and some coaches may see their contracts terminated due to results that didn't meet expectations. This move underscores the board's commitment to raising standards but also opens a debate on the pressures faced by coaches and the stability of domestic teams. Looking ahead, the PCB is expected to announce new coaching vacancies soon, with final appointments pending the approval of PCB Chairman Mohsin Naqvi. This period of transition presents both challenges and exciting possibilities for Pakistan's cricket structure. What do you think about these sweeping changes? Could this fresh domestic setup elevate Pakistan cricket to new heights, or might it disrupt the traditional dynamics that have defined the sport for years? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below. 2. PCB overhauls domestic cricket, Quaid-e-Azam Trophy reduced to 8 teams, Champions Cup scrapped. Pakistan's cricket landscape faces yet another seismic shift, but at what cost to tradition and talent development? The Pakistan Cricket Board, PCB, has announced sweeping changes to its domestic structure, aiming for increased competitiveness through a dramatically slimmed-down Quaid-e-Azam Trophy and the abrupt removal of the Champions Cup tournaments after just one season. Let's unpack what this means for Pakistan's cricketing future. The premier first-class tournament, the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy, will now feature only 8 regional teams, a stark reduction from last season's bloated 18-team lineup. But here's where it gets controversial. This restructuring may completely exclude Karachi, Pakistan's largest city and historic talent hub, from the country's top-tier first-class competition. Both Karachi Blues and Whites have been relegated to the Hanif Mohammad Trophy, a non-first-class event, based on last year's standings, despite teams playing last season unaware these results would determine such dramatic demotions. For a city that's produced legends like Hanif Mohammad and current stars like Babar Azam, this feels like a staggering demotion. Meanwhile, the PCB has quietly scrapped the Champions Cup tournaments that were launched just last season amid significant fanfare and investment. Pitched as elite competitions bridging domestic and international cricket, these events featured 50-over and T20 formats, though the planned first-class version never materialized. Their sudden removal, without even a mention in the official announcement, raises serious questions about the PCB's planning. How can a premier pathway vanish after one season? Was this expensive experiment just a waste of resources? In a perplexing move, All Quaid-e-Azam Trophy matches will now be confined to just 4 venues in Islamabad and Rawalpindi. The PCB offers no explanation for this geographic restriction, a curious decision that limits regional representation and player exposure to diverse conditions. Meanwhile, the National T20 Cup survives but adds a qualifying round where 10 teams will battle for just 2 spots in the main Super 10 stage. The PCB claims this enhances competitiveness, but doesn't this risk excluding talented players from smaller regions? PCB COO Salman Nassif frames this as progress. We've designed a structure where advancement depends purely on performance, not reputation. But let's confront the elephant in the room. Is chopping teams and tournaments truly the solution? Karachi's cricketing community is understandably outraged, their rich legacy now sidelined. And what about the 12 teams abruptly demoted without warning? Here's the uncomfortable truth many administrators ignore: constant structural overhauls. Pakistan has tinkered with domestic cricket almost every year since 1953, create instability that hinders player development. Does concentrating resources in fewer teams actually raise standards, or does it just shrink opportunities? We've seen similar experiments fail globally when depth is sacrificed for supposed quality. What do you think? Are these changes bold modernization or short-sighted upheaval? Should tradition matter more than streamlining? And is excluding cricket's biggest talent pool really the way to strengthen Pakistani cricket? Share your take below. 3. Quaid-e-Azam Trophy 2025-26, Pakistan's top domestic cricket tournament. A new era is dawning in Pakistan domestic cricket. The PCB's fresh 2025-26 calendar promises to shake up traditional structures, shine a spotlight on merit and keep fans hooked from start to finish. But here's where it gets controversial. By limiting the premier first-class Quaid-e-Azam Trophy to just 8 teams, is PCB raising standards or shutting out worthy competitors? And this is the part most people miss. Every match now carries real stakes thanks to an all-new qualifier system. Lahore, the 7th of July 2025, the Pakistan Cricket Board today rolled out its most competitive domestic lineup yet. The season kicks off on the 15th of August with the Hanif Mohammad Trophy, a non-first class, 4-day event featuring 12 regional sides battling across Karachi, Multan, Bahawalpur, and Rahim Yar Khan. Split into 2 pools of 6, these teams will play 31 matches before the top 2 earn their spot in the elite Quaid-e-Azam Trophy. For newcomers, non-first class means solid 4-day cricket that isn't officially counted in career statistics, yet it's a vital proving ground. Last season's 12 participants in this opening round are Faisalabad, Rawalpindi, Fateh, Lahore Region Blues, Hyderabad, Karachi Region Blues, Karachi Region Whites, Multan, Quetta-DM Jamali, AJK, and Larkana. The 2 best performers from these groups will move on to challenge the 7 pre-qualified sides in the main event. Quaid-e-Azam Trophy, the 22nd of September to the 7th of November. This first-class, 4-day tournament now involves 8 teams: Lahore Region Whites, Sialkot, Peshawar, Islamabad, Abbottabad, Bahawalpur, and the 2 Hanif Mohammad qualifiers. In a single-league format, they'll contest 29 matches before the final showdown scheduled for 3 to 7 November. Games will unfold at 4 venues across Islamabad and Rawalpindi, allowing fans to witness the country's top talent in top-tier action. National T20 shake-up. For the first time, a qualifying stage feeds into the Super 10. 10 sides: Abbottabad, Multan, Quetta, Bahawalpur, Rawalpindi, Hyderabad, Fateh, Larkana, DM Jamali, and AJK, will be divided into 2 pools, with the top 2 advancing to the Super 10 round in Faisalabad from 1 to the 12th of March. Waiting there are the 8 automatically seeded teams: Karachi Region Whites, Lahore Region Whites, Peshawar, Karachi Region Blues, Sialkot, Islamabad, and Faisalabad. Departmental cricket continues. 4 separate competitions ensure that institutional teams, often companies, banks, or government bodies, remain integral to the domestic scene. The President's Trophy, First Class, the President's Cup, One Day, and Grade 2 and Grade 3 President's Trophy tournaments will all run alongside regional events. PCB Chief Operating Officer Sumair Ahmed Syed said, "We are pleased to unveil a domestic structure that places merit, opportunity, and competitiveness at its core. Introducing qualifiers for both the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy and National T20 ensures that every match has meaning, raises the standard of competition and fosters a high-performance culture. We aim to reward form, challenge teams constantly, and prepare future stars for international demands." Director of Domestic Cricket Operations Abdullah Karam Niazi added, "Our 2025-26 season reflects a commitment to competitive, inclusive cricket from grassroots to senior levels. Aligning age group tournaments, U15, U17, U19, with senior formats builds a clear talent pathway. Departmental events remain a vital pillar, while top Hanif Mohammad performers will earn guest player spots in Quaid-e-Azam regions and domestic contracts, an incentive for excellence." Tentative men's domestic calendar. The 15th of August, the 17th of September Hanif Mohammad Trophy, non-first class 12 teams, 31 matches, 4-day format. 1 to 16 Sep National U19 Cup, 18 teams, 49 matches, 1 day, 9 venues. The 22nd of September, the 7th of November Quaid-e-Azam Trophy, first class 8 teams, 29 matches, 4-day, 4 venues. The 24th of November, the 10th of December President's Cup, 1 day, departmental 8 teams, 31 matches, 4 venues. The 15th of December, the 30th of January 2026 President's Trophy, first class, departmental 8 teams, 29 matches, 4 venues. 3 to 11 February 2026 National T20 Qualifier, 12 teams, 30 matches, 6 venues. 1 to 12 March 2026 National T20 Super 10 teams, 23 matches, 1 venue. The 28th of March, the 12th of April 2026 National U17 Cup, 1 day 18 teams, 49 matches, 9 venues. The 16th of April, the 1st of May 2026 National U15 Cup, 1 day 18 teams, 49 matches, 9 venues. The 28th of March, the 3rd of May 2026 President's Trophy Grade 2, 3-day, departmental 14 teams, 46 matches, 6 venues. The 28th of March, the 23rd of April 2026 President's Trophy Grade 3, 2-day, departmental 14 teams, 46 matches, 6 venues. The 28th of March, the 10th of April 2026 Regional Interdistrict U19, 110 matches. The 1st of October, the 10th of November 2025 Challenge League, 2-day. The 10th of May, the 10th of June 2026 Regional Interdistrict Senior. November 2025 to June 2026 Club Cricket Tournament. Sep. October 2025 School Cricket. October, November 2025 College Cricket. November, December 2025 University Cricket. Now we want to hear from you. Is trimming the Quaid-e-Azam field to 8 teams a stroke of genius or a move that sidelines too many deserving sides? Could this qualifier-heavy model raise overall standards, or does it risk overloading players with too many high-pressure matches? Share your thoughts below and spark the debate. 4. Why PCB scrapped the Champions Cup after just one season? Cricket news update. Champions Cup scrapped after just one season, a shocking turn of events. But here's where it gets controversial. And this is the part most people miss. The very tournament designed to elevate Pakistan's domestic game has been tossed aside before it could find its footing. On July 7, 2025, in Lahore, the Pakistan Cricket Board, PCB, announced that the Champions Cup, introduced with much fanfare in 2024, will not feature in the upcoming 2025-26 domestic season. Launched to boost competitiveness among local teams, the Champions Cup was meant to be a flagship event in the board's broader cricketing overhaul. To give the initiative extra clout, PCB appointed 5 legendary former internationals, Saqlain Mushtaq, Waqar Younis, Misbah-ul-Haq, Shoaib Malik, and Sarfaraz Ahmed, as mentors for each of the competing sides. These icons were selected through what the board described as a competitive and transparent process on August 26, 2024, and each signed a 3-year contract reportedly worth 5 million rupees per month. However, an internal review conducted earlier this year concluded that the Champions Cup failed to deliver on its core objectives. Sources reveal that after carefully assessing its impact, both on player development and spectator interest, the PCB decided to shelve the competition and dissolve the mentor program. Shoaib Malik was the first to resign, triggering swift board discussions about releasing the remaining mentors. Meanwhile, as the Champions Cup fades into memory, the PCB has unveiled an invigorated domestic calendar for 2025-26. The focus shifts back to the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy, Pakistan's premier first-class, multi-day championship, now featuring 8 regional teams and slated to begin on September 22. Before that, the season will kick off with the Hanif Mohammad Trophy on August 15, 2025, with matches scheduled in Karachi, Multan, Bahawalpur, and Rahim Yar Khan. Was the Champions Cup experiment doomed from the start, or did the PCB pull the plug too soon on a potentially transformative idea? Do you believe the board made the right call by scrapping both the tournament and its star-studded mentor lineup? Share your perspectives below. Let's ignite a debate on whether this reversal was a strategic reset or a major missed opportunity. Sohail Imran, Senior Reporter, Geo News.